Moving on to the much anticipated Apple Watch. It's Apple's first new product in 5 years and will be made available to the public soon. But should you buy it or hold off? Wall Street personal tech reporter Geoffrey Fowler tried it out for a week. Let's see what he thinks. All right, Jeff. Love it? Hate it? What do you say?
I have been surprised by how much fun I've had with this thing, and I plan to buy one of my own, but one of the cheapest ones.
But one of the cheapest ones, because there's a huge price range, right? I mean, you can pay $1,000, you can pay $17,000, $500. Tell us about the watch you have and what it was like wearing it this week, what you learned.
Sure. So I've been wearing the Apple Watch Steel version. I call it the Dad Watch because it looks just like one that my dad wears. And when I first put it on, I was really skeptical. I was thinking, do I really need another thing in my life that's now attached to my body, that's blinking and buzzing at me all day long? But here's what I learned, that it's not actually just like a little iPhone on your wrist. It's something different. It's a very specifically designed screen for doing very quick things. There's all sorts of things you can do with this that take under 5 seconds. Maybe making sure you don't miss a message from a VIP like mom, or maybe paying for something in a store, or just quickly dictating a message, or even without pressing any buttons at all, I can just lift my wrist and I can say, hey Siri, set a timer for 5 minutes to make sure I don't overcook the pasta. So what I learned is that just like we learned with the iPad, where there are certain kinds of things that you can do with a different kind of screen, there are things that you can do much faster, much more efficiently when you have a screen on your arm.
All right, mister. Were there downsides? You got to give us the full picture here.
Of course. So this is a first-generation device. It's a little bit thicker than I'd really want, though not so bad. You can't see it super great in direct sunlight. Perhaps the biggest problem of all is just there aren't that many apps for it yet that are compelling. You know, this thing isn't even out yet, so to be fair, I'm sure that will come with time. But we really need to let all those developers out there sort of imagine what are all the possibilities of what you can do with a tiny computer on your wrist that may be different or better or faster than what you can do with a phone in your pocket.
All right, so you can pre-order this thing starting tomorrow. They're expecting it to sell out. Now, you say you're not going to buy the expensive one. Let's kind of work through quickly, if we can. There's, first of all, the Apple Watch at $549 to just over $1,000, available in 20 models. Is that sort of the middle ground? Does it have all the utility, all the features?
Yeah, that's the middle ground, and then underneath that there's the Sport Edition, and above that there's the Fancy Edition, which is sort of the golden luxury. But the important thing that viewers need to know is that all of these watches are basically the same. They've got all the same technology in them. They all do the same things. What you're paying for is the finish. You're paying for the band, which you can, of course, swap out later, and also the finish on the watch itself. So to me, all Apple products are going to become obsolete sooner or later, especially first-generation ones. I know in a year's time, it's going to look, whatever new is going to look a lot better. So I'm going to, enter right now with the sort of the cheapest one you can get. That, to me, is the price for this front row seat to see what's going to kind of come next with technology.
Geoffrey, thanks for coming on tonight and telling us about it. Can't wait to see it firsthand, and we'll be right back.